In this video, I'm going to show you how we are going to trade the ORB, the opening range breakout, and how we're going to trade this with a twist. Alright, so let's get straight to it before we go to the charts. So an ORB, an opening range breakout. The opening range breakout is basically a high and a low that you're going to draw out at the beginning of market open. You can do this on 15 minutes, on 30 minutes, even an hour. In the sake of this video, we are going to go over the 15-minute orb. So let's say, for example, this is price before market open. And now what's happening? Market opens at 9:30 right over here. In South African time, it will be 3:30. Now, New York market opens happening here. Now, we are going to wait for the first 15 minutes to finish before we even going to start looking at a trade. So this is the pre-market and this is New York open. We wait 15 minutes for price to play out, see what price does, and then we are going to draw a high and we're going to draw a low right over here. And what we want to see, remember I said in the beginning of the video, we are going to trade the orb a little bit with a twist. So how it normally works is we wait for price to either break out or break out above or break out below, and then we wait for a retest, and then we want a continuation going up, vice versa on the downside. But in today's video, we want to trade it a little bit with a twist. So what we want to do, we are going to wait for price to break out. It needs to close above here or down there. So it needs to close. Let's just change the color. It needs to close. Then we're going to draw a rectangular, basically on the candle that closed. We're going to extend it, and then the next thing we want price to break to the opposite side of this candle that broke out, and we are going to take our trade when it breaks out, and then we are going to target the low of the orb. And it's going to work vice versa. So let's just say, for example, this was your candle that broke out. Let's just change the color. This was your candle that broke out. This one here. We are going to draw our rectangular on that candle. And then we want to wait for price to break back down. And then we're going to target the low of the orb. Exactly the same, vice versa. We are going to wait for a candle to break at the bottom, and then we're going to wait again for price to break through this level here, and then we are just going to target the top of the orb. We're just going to target the top level of the orb. So let's jump straight to the charts and see how it looks. All right, so let's look at the first example. It's 15:29, so it's 1 minute before New York open. Let's see what happens. So now market opens. So now we wait for the first 15 minutes to finish before we start looking at a trade. So let's quickly see. 15 minutes has passed. So now, remember, we are waiting for a closure either above or below this level here. There we go. We have our candle closure. So now what we do, we draw our rectangle from the bodies. And just change this color. We draw our rectangle from the bodies, and now we wait for up close candles to take out this level here. Not weak, it needs to close above that level. There we go. we have our close right over there. You can put your stops below this low. If this risk to reward is not at least a 1-to-1, it's not worth taking the trade. So now we are in the trade and let's see what happens. As you can see, we traded from here to the top of the orb and we took our profits. Let's look at another example. Let's look at this example. New York is about to open. Let's have a look. So now first 15 minutes needs to pass by. You need 2 more minutes. There we go. So this is our 15-minute orb. The high and the low of the first 15 minutes. By the way, if you wondered how do I get these lines for the orbs, I got you covered. You are going to go to your indicators. You're going to type in orb algo by flux charts. Orb algo by flux charts. And you're going to add this to your chart. As soon as it's added, you'll see it's nice and easy. Here's the settings. Orb time frame, sensitivity, breakout conditions, TP methods. There's so much you can do. This one also gives you signals if you want to follow a buy or sell signal. But I disabled it for this video because it's not the same strategy that I'm showing you. But it helps you a lot. It takes out that you don't have to draw it by yourself. Orb algo, flux charts. Here you can change your time frame of how long you want the orb to be after New York open. And there you go. There you have your orb indicator by flux charts. All right, so as we can see here, price broke through, it closed. Let's draw our block and let's see if price breaks above. As you can see here, price never broke above. Let's just play price out. All right, and now we're not going to take this trade because price never broke above this high again. So this was a no trading day. Let's go for another example. All right, so let's look at this example. We are going to wait for New York open. There we go. And now the orb is being marked out. We wait for the first 15 minutes. There we go. Here's our 15 minutes. So we created our highs and our lows. And now let's see which way the market wants to go. There we go. We had our breakthrough. So we're going to mark our box on that candle there. And we want price to break through and close. So let's see what happens. There we go. Price broke through. You can enter there. But then again, do you see what's happening here? It broke through with a huge candle, lows above here. And if we want to target the highs, do you see the risk to reward doesn't really add up? 0.4%. That's not ideal. So if you want to take a trade like this, you need to extend your TP profit to at least 1-to-1 risk reward trade. But this is a tricky one because of the target is so close and this candle was so big. I won't probably take this trade, but let's see how it plays out if you went and took a 1-to-1 risk to reward. So there at least we got our normal level, but like again, I don't know if I would take this trade, but let's see what happens. Let's just zoom out a little bit and let price play. And as you can see, price broke through. So this is a nice, good example of a trade that you can have a look and not trade because the risk to reward was not good at the beginning. All right, so this is the last example. Let's quickly have a look. So New York is opening up. The orb is being created. Waiting for the first 15 minutes. There we go. And now we wait for price to either break above or below, and we catch the reversal to the opposite side of the orb. Didn't break through yet. Did not break through. Not break through yet. It's respecting that orb. There's a lot of rejection. There we go. We got our breakthrough candle there. So we draw our box. Let's see what happens. There we go. We can enter our trade right over there. Stop losses below this low here. Are we getting at least a 1-to-1? Yes, we have a 1-to-5, so it's a good trade. Let's play price. And we got stopped out. All right, not a problem. Now we're going to wait for the next candle to break through. Let's see that candle break through. There we go. That one broke through with like a few pips, maybe 1 pip. Broke through. You can put your stops below this fractal low right over here. And you can target top of the orb, and that's a 2.69 risk to reward trade. Let's see if it plays out. There we go. As you can see, so there was one losing trade. We waited for the next opportunity to present itself, and we went up. Even if you did not catch this one and you entered there, that's still a 1.14% risk to reward trade. That's also basically a 1-to-1. So it's also a trade worth taking if you did not see that that one broke the box. And that's how easy the strategy is. So it's a little bit of a twist. Go back test it, go like, comment. Please also let us know what you think of the strategy. Don't forget to go add this indicator, orb algo by Flux Charts, to make this a little bit easier for you, that you don't have to draw out these lines by yourself. It's a free indicator. Go get it. Awesome. See you in the next video. Cheers.